Hello, ghoulies and beasties. It's Anastasia Paige Milano coming to you with a makeup tutorial on how to do a mug and drag to beat the heat. And damn, is it important to beat the heat right now. And this is part 1 for the skin. I'm going in with Clinique's Even Better Fortifying Primer. I feel like it's the only thing that I've found that helps me not sweat through my makeup and it just melt away. As you can see, I'm just sweating putting it on. So I put it on, fan myself, let that fully dry down, and then I go back in with a second coat. Sounds excessive, but it's the only thing that I know that won't bust my face, and I am an excessive sweater, and it stops me from sweating. So if it works, it works. As you see, I'm mainly putting it through where I usually sweat, which is everywhere. I try to avoid the eyelids only because that will always make it worse. Next, I am going in with my foundation, which is the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation and Concealer in the shade Porcelain 008. It has both foundation and concealer in one in it, and the coverage is pretty damn good. I always match it to my chest instead of to my face, because as you can see, my face is pink and the rest of me is not. So that's why we do that. This foundation I found does not, it's really hard to sweat through this foundation, which is why I like using that one instead of my more expensive ones like my MAC Studio Fix Plus one, because that one's not waterproof and they got rid of their waterproof. So I could still sweat through that one, so I'd rather just save that for photo shoots. And I'm just going through and making sure that I evenly coat everywhere. Cover your ears, whores. And make sure you don't glob on the foundation, because that will cake it up and it will make it even harder for it to sit, because then it will just slip against itself. Now I'm going in with my 16-hour Camo Concealer. And this one is in the shade Fair Rose. This one has become a godsend for me because I used to use the Juvia's Place one religiously. However, now that I am older and on moans, I sweat a lot more. So I needed something that could last longer without cracking. Just go in and you just blend subtly, especially if you're sweating while you're doing your makeup like me. Just let it do its thing. Now this is bronzer drops, and these are by the brand Be Pure. This is literally just some Dollar Tree bronzing drops, and they work pretty well. They add a glow without being oily, which I'm all for, and this is what I've been using to contour a lot recently instead of my trusted, tried and true Anastasia Beverly Hills shadow stick in Meets. This, I feel like, works a lot better and is a lot more adjustable. So I can make it darker if I want to. I can make it lighter if I want to. So I've been using it in my real life and in drag. And it's one hell of a product, honestly. Definitely a big dupe for the drunk elephant bronzing drops, for sure. I'm just making sure that I get everywhere that I normally do. I don't go in as heavily with my creams whenever I'm sweating, because the heavier you go in with creams, the more likely you are for it to crack or for it to slide or slip off. So just go easy on the creams, okay? Especially if they are thicker or have a more oily consistency. You don't want that when you're trying to already fight the heat. Don't give yourself more issues, and don't try to wipe off the sweat or blot it off, because you will just take this makeup off because it is not set yet. Don't wipe off your face before you get the chance to even put it on. As you see, I'm still just going around, blending everything out as much as I can, and then just taking whatever excess I have left out of my hand with my brush to go through my nose. My nose is the place where it cracks and breaks the most. So I try to put as little on there as possible and just finish that bitch out with powder. Now, while I mug down the camera and the mirror, make sure you follow me on TikTok and on Instagram, and here are the handles right there. Fan break. Sweaty bitch. Now I'm going to go in with my Wet n Wild Cooling Loose Setting Powder. It's supposed to have a cooling effect upon the skin, which I assume is supposed to help with sensitive skin or if there's irritation. I use it because it does also help minimize the sweating, because you can feel the cooling effect of this even through all the makeup that I just applied. And it does help with having a cooling sensation on the skin. I mainly will use that through my T-zone, so that means under the eyes, on the forehead, definitely on the nose, and around the mouth. And it is just lovely. Absolutely beautiful finish. It's not too matte, but it's also not shiny at all either. Next, I'm going in with the Prolux Cosmetics Matte Setting Powder. This is just Dollar Tree setting powder. And I was impressed by the packaging and what all it came with. However, it literally just felt like I put baby powder on my face. But I had it, and so I'm just trying to hurry up and use it to get rid of it. Plus, I didn't want to waste the cooling sensation around the perimeter of my face, since that's not what I'm worried about the most. Especially when it comes to sweating, because it's mainly going to be the center of my face, though you will have sweat run down your hairline and your wig line. I usually just will set that at the very end with hairspray. Fan break! And then I started scaring myself with the fan because I saw the wig move. And then I realized, looking behind me, I was like, oh, I'm just a dumb bitch. Okay, so this, I did not expect this to happen. It's so hot and humid here that the glue holding this together started to come apart. What the fuck? I didn't even know that was a thing that could happen. I thought this was magnetized, to be honest, because, I mean, it magnets shut, so I thought it was magnetized all the way around. Are you serious? It's just glued on. Anyways, this is the Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette in the selection shades of medium to dark. And I go in with the Sculpt shade first, as long as it doesn't fall apart, which is that middle shade. And I will use that to be my first shade for my powder contour. And I will just put that over everywhere that I put those bronzing drops to be. Now you could mix them up if you paint softer. You could just mix that in with your foundation and just have the overall bronze. I still look like raw chicken, so I cannot get away with doing that. Now go ahead and help everyone's favorite monster girl out by liking, subscribing, and leaving a comment to let me know what you would like to see next. Okay? And then don't forget to check your angles. Alright, she's even. And then continue on. And now I'm going to go in onto this jawline with some more powder. Because even though I'm trying to beat the heat, I'm trying to look like I've been out in the sun too. So I want to be bronzed. And now I'm going in with the contour shade, which is the first shade, which is the darkest shade in the palette. And what I'm doing with that is I'm going to go into the very back parts of my drag makeup and add depth there and blend it upwards and back. Don't bring it into the middle of your face. If you are as white as I am, do not bring it to the middle of your face. It has no point. It has no reason to be in the middle of your face when it's that dark. And the ones who know, the ones who felt that rock hit them, they know who they are. And with that, the base is done, the skin is done, so stay tuned for part 2.